We have Dinomorphia. Yeah, that actually got second place at an OTS championship out of this past week. And we have Sword Soul, Phantom Knights. Loved seeing that deck still do stuff. And some more actual meta contenders out here for you guys. Make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more OS content. The first list we have here is actual Dinomorphia playing Debunk of all things. I feel like we've gone back in a time machine here, where you see Debunk actually showcasing what it is meant to do, which is when a monster effect is activated in the hand or graveyard, negate that activation. If you do banish it, actually will take care of one of those tier monster effects for you. Now, obviously, the rest of the Dinomorphia deck is going to revolve around, living at the absolute extreme, where your life points are sometimes at less than 100 out here for you to play the game and capitalize on the danger zone, as I'm going to call it, the thrill of life. So we have triple copies of Ash Blossom, Enjoy Spring. We have triple copies of Diplos and triple copies of Therizia. Then we have two Effect Veilers. We're actually playing one Lady Labyrinth here. I mean, actually kind of interesting here, the little boost that we can get for this. We have two copies of Lord of the Heavenly Prison and one copy Miscellaneous Sarasaurus. So we're going full package here for this deck. We have one Called by the Grave, two Fossil Digs, two Pot of Duality, with two extra. I have interesting use of the two twos here. We have two Debunk, one Alert, one Brute, triple copies of Domain, and triple copies of Frenzy. Two copies of Sonic, triple copies of Ferret Flames. You already know. Alright, this is going to be one of the best cards that you can have. We have one copy of the Gravedigger's Trap Hole. We have triple Imperm and triple copies of Solemn Judgment. Down in the next deck, you get the one on the Royal Goddess. You got the one Dahark, one Borrelsword with the one Logia with one Dolka, one Abyssal, and then we have, of course, three of each of these. We have triple Stealth Greena, triple Rexstrom, and triple King Greena, along with triple Dimension Shifter, one Pankratops, one copy Feather Duster, triple Lightning Storm, triple Raigeki, two Anti-Scam, and two copies of good old Dimensional Barrier here, wrapping up your trap toolbox. And you definitely have a lot of interesting option trees here for this deck. Next up here, we have Sword Soul. Now, Sword Soul has needed to go through some interesting innovations out here. The same tournament that list that you just saw, Dinomorphia, this also got top 16 at it. It's kind of interesting just to see, the different concepts and things that people come up with for this. I see we also have Trap Eater down here. And, of course, we have anti-scam fragrances built into the main deck to kind of detour anything that the opponent might do. Interesting. So we have triple copies of Incredible Ecclesia, triple copies of Radion, triple copies of Maui, two copies of Taie. We got triple copies of Long Dong Yun, triple copies of Arara. We got triple Ashuna, one Synthana with two Vishuda. Oh, we definitely have cut back on this. We have one Called by the Grave, triple Droplet with two Heavenly Dragon Cycle, one Mystic Mine, two Desires, triple Sword Soul Emergence, one Sacred Summit, triple Anti-Spell Fragrance, and one copy of Blackout. So, a lot of the main deck stuff here, pretty much the same, but, the different inclusions of the other kaijus and stuff, it's a little bit more tacked out. We also have one Shaman, two Monk, one Blackluster Soldier. Interesting. I wonder how many times this actually came up in the application of testing for this. We have one Senshin, one Chengying, we have one Qingxing Longyun, two Chizao with one Ruddy Rose, one Draco Berserker, one Chao Feng, two copies of Boxia, and one Dragite. Then we have triple Space Rock, triple Lancia, triple Dimension Shifter, triple Trap Eater, and triple copies of Lightning Storm here, wrapping up your take for Sword Soul. And I don't really have much else to add to this. I think the tech choices for this deck are what definitely allowed it to carry through, this 60-plus man tournament. So definitely interesting. It's all about the tech choices right now if you want to succeed. I can say that about any format, but, All right, next up is Phantom Knights. Now, Phantom Knights have been kind of in a little time capsule. Not a lot really changes when you look at these particular decks. One big thing about this list that's different is we're actually focusing on Dark Ruler no more, so you can actually board break. I mean, to be honest with you, given the situation of the format and how things are, you have to adapt something like this in order for the deck to actually function. And then, of course, we have the Ashura King down here as well. 3+ level 3s to actually make this. Looks like this was just a side option in case we needed it. This format's even so bad, like a deck that normally wouldn't want to play Shifter is actually playing Shifter. Alright, so we have 1 copy of Seer with 1 copy of Graph, triple copies of Kagemusha Knight, 2 copies of Parallel Exceed with 1 Psychic Tracker, 1 Wielder with 2 copies of Ancient Cloak. We have 1 Ragged Gloves, triple copies of Silent Boots, 1 Stained Greaves, triple copies of Torn Scales with triple Tour Guide. We have 1 Called by the Grave, triple Dark Will No More, triple Emergency Teleport, 1 Foolish Burial with 1 Harpy's Feather Duster. We have 1 Rank Up Magic Force. We have 1 Roto with triple copies of Imperm, 2 Fogblade, 1 Wings, and 1 Shade Brigadine. Down in the extra, you get 1 Rusty Tin Can, 1 Cherubini, 1 Apo, your 2 copies of Breaksword, 1 Raider's Knight, 1 Utopic Future with 1 Utopic Future Draco. We got 1 Fortune Tune, 1 Leviair, 1 Zeus, 1 Dark Requiem with 1 Dark Rebellion. We got 1 Arc Rebellion and 1 Abyss Dollar. So deck here we got triple Ash Blossom, triple copies of Dimension Shifter, 2 Lava Golems, triple Space Rock, 1 Ashura King, and triple copies of Lightning Storm to clean up, those pesky boards that create, issues for you. Wrapping up your take for Phantom Knights, and this is definitely an interesting one at that. So, gotta love the format and diversity. Next list here is we are playing Albaz and Friends, the deck. So basically you're going to do the same fusion shenanigans that you've done in the past, but you're going to have to rely on your pretty heavy Bysteel package to provide you, a line of interruptions. Basically, we've seen Dragon Link use this package to basically, set up for the lines of protection, but Albaz, the fusion-based deck can actually do things with this as well. It's not the only bad boy in town that can, do cool things with this, which I honestly think is what makes this particular engine a little bit better and more diverse overall. So we have 1 copy of Ad Lidium, 1 copy of Albion, triple copies of Aluber, 2 copies of Druid's Turd. We got triple Magnamut with 2 copies of Saronir. Got 2 copies of Tragedy, 2 copies of Edgem Chain, 2 Fallen of Albaz with triple copies of Lubellium. Got 1 Tri-Brigade Mercurier, triple copies of Branded Fusion, 1 Branded in Red. Then we got 1 Branded Lost, triple Branded Opening with your 1 Branded Regained, 1 Called by the Grave, 1 Foolish Burial, triple copies of Patchwork, 2 Poly, triple Super Poly, 2 Talents, 1 Banishment, and 1 Beast. Alright. Extra deck, of course, is 1 Dahark, 1 Wolo, 1 Dracos to play, 1 Mudmud, 2 Mirror Jades, 1 Masquerade of the BS card still busted. We have 1 Lubellion, 1 Guardian Chimera with 1 Garuda, 1 copy of Quadartus, triple Albion, and 1 Alba Lenitus. Side deck here, you got triple Spooky Dogwood, you gotta love time rules, triple copies of Fenner, triple Droplet, triple Evenly, and triple copies of good old Solemn Judgment here. Wrapping up Daniel Smith's, Albaz, good stuff. Basically, fusion deck, go burr. I mean, hey man, if your opponent sets up big monsters, just use them to your advantage. It's going to be one of the best reasons why a deck like this gets the chance to function and do. And then, last but not least here, is Exosister. This is actually kind of spicy, actually. We're actually relying on, just this mini package in here. And by mini, I mean pretty much the whole Shizu package. You got your milling aspects in here. You got the shuffle back good stuff. I mean, for this to get second place is not a very easy feat. Exosister does pretty much struggle to a lot of crazy things out there in the format. And you know what? It's about time I see something happen here. So we have 2 copies of Vegito, triple copies of I Open the Shifter, triple copies of Ellis with 1 Irene. We have triple copies of Martha, triple copies of Sophia, triple copies of Stella, 2 copies of Kelbeck with triple copies of Keldo, triple copies of Mudora. We got triple copies of Hadoken, 1 copy of Carpe Diem, triple copies of Pax, triple copies of Pot of Prosperity. Then we have 2 Returnia and 2 Vadas. Extra deck down here, we have 1 Monk of the Tenyi. Reasons some people just love to play some of the options that they actually do. Like, I'll never truly understand some of the inner workings and deck builds out here for people, but you know what? People, I guess, just love to have things like this for Reaper targets for the locals. With 1 Gigantic Sprite, we have 2 Magnifica, triple Mikhails, 2 Caspitiels, 1 Jabrine, 2 Osophiel, one Zeus, your one copy of Kit Gauls, and one Garuda. And we got triple copies of Ghost Reaper, triple copies of Lightning Storm, triple Zombie World, triple Evenly Matched, and triple copies of Solemn Judgment here, wrapping up your chunk of interesting deck profiles for today. So what do you guys think? Please leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys. Peace out. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.